Good morning. My name is Mrs. Fuller, and I'm talking to you from the Environmental Education Center out here in Seagoville, Texas. I'm going to be giving a short little presentation on Angus cattle. And so let me go ahead and share my screen with you so that you can watch my little PowerPoint while we're talking. Most of our cattle out here are Black Angus, and it is the most common breed of cattle in the United States for a variety of reasons. We're going to be talking about the characteristics of the cattle themselves. We're going to talk about the history of the cattle and finally their uses. So um, the Black Angus, they're a breed of Scottish cattle. They're medium sized. They have well marbled meat. They're pawled cattle, which means they don't have horns. They're born without horns. And that really is a money saver for ranches and not having to dehorn the cattle. There is a red variation. We have Black Angus out here, but there is a red variation. It's considered part of the same breed in the United Kingdom, but it's considered a separate breed in the USA. Genetically, they're the same. It's just that the Black Angus Association, one of their characteristics qualifying to be a Black Angus is that solid black color. And so because the red Angus don't exhibit that, they're not considered Black or Angus cattle here. So the Angus cattle are hardy animals. They have to be able to survive the harsh Scottish winters. They have large muscle mass, and the cows weigh about 1,200 pounds, and the bulls weigh over 1,800 pounds. So they're pretty good size. Let me go on down here a little bit. And let's talk a little bit about the history of this cattle. They were raised in Scotland at least during the 1500s in the counties of Aberdeenshire and Angus. And both of these are really well established, healthy agricultural areas in Scotland. But apparently, this breed was in Scotland long before the 1500s. There's actually some ancient sculptures in the history of Scotland from ancient peoples. And there were also pawled cattle in Siberia and at least one or two other places in ancient times. So this isn't a recent development, this idea of the cattle being born without horns. Matter of fact, in some of the Egyptian hieroglyphics, they show some cattle that are pawled. They were introduced to the U.S. in 1873 by a cattle breeder in Victoria, Kansas. And within 10 years, the American Angus Association was formed, so that they became popular very, very quickly for a variety of reasons that I'll show you in just a minute. Now, the American Angus Breeders Angus Association rejected the red Angus as that color began to appear and then was developed, actually encouraged by some breeders, because it doesn't meet the requirement of color. And those red Angus breeders formed their own association in 1954. I'm going to show you a little video of our guys out here. The video I'm showing you has a steer, an Angus steer, an Angus cow, and then a mixed breed heifer. And the one in the back is the steer, and he's going to try to run off the little mixed breed heifer. I believe that one is Sarah. I think she's part Angus and part Holstein. The cow in between them, her name is Obsidian. And here he comes. He's going to try to run her off. Look at that, the build on that steer. He's got a very straight back, very muscled shoulders and haunch. And he's just going to keep on pushing her till she leaves. Giving us a good shot of his beautiful face. They're, despite his uh, pushing her around, they're really pretty docile animals. Okay, now I'm going to talk for a second about the uses. The Black Angus breed is a meat animal. It has well marbled meat, means the fat's interspersed within the muscle fiber, and it's not at one big fat layer near the skin. And because of this marbling, they're well received by the people of Japan for this characteristic. Now, this breed, speaking from a rancher's point of view, this breed has high herd profitability. They have low birth weights, which means ease in calving, and the mothers have really strong maternal instincts, meaning that she's not going to abandon her calf. I've already mentioned the marbling of meat, which makes it desirable in the market. They have vigorous growth in between the time that they're born till the time they go to market. They're low maintenance cattle. They're very adaptable. I spoke previously about their adaptability to the harsh winters in Scotland. They have a very docile nature, and they've got high fertility rates, which is a boon to ranching. And that black pigment protects them against something called cancer eye, which is a problem light-skinned cattle exhibit a problem with that. Here's a picture of a Angus bull. Exhibits the same qualities that our onyx showed you a while ago. Had straight back, well built, and just a really nice breed of cattle. And they are very popular here in Texas. And I got most of my information from Wikipedia. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen. And I do want to tell you that we put one or two of these cattle in the stall in the barn when the boys and girls come to the environmental center, and let the children feed the cattle some sweet feed, and let the children know what cattle look like and a little bit about them. And it's a really good experience for the boys and girls to have the opportunity to see and to touch these Black Angus cattle. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will be seeing you soon when we're able to go have real field trips and not just virtual field trips. Thank you.